This is Travel and Culture. Miami. This episode is a solo mission.
We're out in Miami Beach. First time. Water's nice. Like 10 in the morning. Got my Bitcoin glasses. You know? Getting those good rays in. Hey Trey.
I'm here to document the homie Foday as he gives his keynote at the Bitcoin Conference 2022.
I'd like you all to help me give a warm welcome to software engineer and founder of the Bitcoin Education Academy, Mr. Foday Diop.
What about? Can you guys hear me? All right. Senegal is in the building. Thank you so much for having me here today. Last year, I was not too far from here in Wynwood. I was sitting in the crowd. So for me to be standing here today giving this keynote is nothing short but amazing. So thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. So I've been sitting in the back listening to all the talks. I didn't hear once somebody mention Africa somehow, some way. So I want to always talk about what I deeply care about, which is the African continent and Bitcoin, obviously. I call my talk Africa's Bitcoin moment because last year, while I was here, I heard Jack Mallers from Strike and the President Nayib Bukele mention legal tender in El Salvador. So I just took off, went to El Salvador because I wanted to see what would happen before Bitcoin and after Bitcoin adoption and see what I can learn to maybe apply in Senegal. And what I saw in El Salvador was so amazing because I have never seen so many people go to a country and wish nothing but best for that particular country. Bitcoiners are amazing, so I want to see how we can replicate this on the African continent, all right? So, I know Gladstein has talked about a lot about the franc CFA problem in West Africa. We have this currency that's shared by 15 countries, but which is unfortunately made by France in the south of France, and it's really messed up. So, please check out Bitcoin Magazine's Monetary Colonialism or Gladstein's new book, Check Your Financial Privilege, or Reasons Magazine's documentary short piece on this particular problem. So to make things like a little bit clearer, let's basically compare two currencies in Africa. The one on the left called the Cedi is for Ghana, and the one on the right is called the franc CFA, and is shared by 15 countries in West Africa. What are the main differences? Well, if you look at the Cedi, it's made by Ghanaians, and it's for Ghanaians. The franc CFA was made by France, by the French people, for Africans in south of France. Ghana has been named 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, I think it's even higher now, amongst the top 10 fastest growing economies in 2019. None of the 15 countries that use the franc CFA in Africa rank in that particular list, and it's a shame. The Cedi is a floating currency, kind of. It's kind of like pegged to the dollar a little bit, but it's not too bad. But the franc CFA was pegged against the French franc back in the days, and then when they went to the euro, they pegged it against the euro. And that has consequences as well. Now, the Cedi could be devaluated technically, but only if it benefits the African people in Ghana. The French CFA could be devaluated by France. Like for myself, when I got here in '94 to go to college, the money my dad saved for me got cut in half because overnight, France decided that they were going to devalue our money by 50%, which is a shame. So, look at Ghana again, right? They have their foreign currencies and their gold in their own central bank. Senegal itself has to ship all the gold and pretty much all the money, or 50% of it, to France to basically manage, right? Ghana can trade with anybody that they want in the world. Senegal has to go through France first. They like it or not, turn it down, and then they can maybe sell it on the international market, which means that Ghana is technically sovereign economically. And my country, unfortunately, Senegal, is still dependent on France. We just celebrated our independence last Monday, April 4th, but I believe that today, in 2022, we are still under French imperialism, and it really sucks, actually, right? So the city, that money benefits Ghana, obviously, and the Ghanaian people, and for us, the Franc CFA, unfortunately, benefits like France, right? So, which currency would you rather have? Personally, I would rather have a currency that's controlled by Africans that benefits Africans, ultimately, right? But in the end, let's say Senegal wants to get off the CFA. Are they going to use the cedi, this money from Ghana? I highly doubt it. We are a sovereign country. We don't want to basically use someone else's currency that might fluctuate or whatever else actually at the whim of another government. So for me, I believe actually Bitcoin is the answer in a lot of ways. Same as America here, we have the USA, United States of America. I can go to any state here, Oklahoma, Nevada, New York, whatever, it's the same people, use the same currency, I can trade with anybody, and I can do business with anybody. My wish is for a United States of Africa. That's actually my wish. But how do we get there, as a matter of fact, right? How are we going to make this money? Who are we going to trust to basically print this money for the continent? We can trust nobody. Because why? Because Bitcoin is pretty much trustless. We don't have to trust anybody in this world. So how do we basically make sure that we can trade, we can prosper, and we can help our kids? Africa will have the youngest population in the world by 1950. The average age is going to be 14 years old. 14 years old, right? But how are we going to get all the jobs to these kids and opportunities themselves? And especially if we have corruption and inflation and all these things. Ultimately, we need a currency that will basically unify us, right? Again, right? Unity, United States of Africa. How do we make it happen? Maybe Bitcoin might not be the ultimate answer, but it's technology that's working today we can possibly use to help us get to where we need to get to, all right? So, I want to announce our first Africa Bitcoin conference in Ghana this year. I chose Ghana. We're doing it, man, we're doing it, we're doing it. The idea is like, I'm from Senegal. I want to have this conference in Senegal. We are raising $1 million to throw this conference together. Why do I want to do it in another country? Because I have a problem with the currency that's in my own country, right? So until we figure out these questions and answer all these things that basically surround our currency that's controlled by the French, right? We cannot possibly have this event in Senegal. So therefore, we're going to Ghana, and I'm joined here by Farida. I don't know where she's at. She's in the crowd. But please see us later if you want to have more questions about it. And we'll have it first week of December. And ultimately, we got some sponsors already. Alex Gladstein. I see Carrie Lee here from Gemini. And of course, the Bitcoin Developers Academy, my own program. And we'll be announcing it for the first week of December. And if you want to check it out, please go to afrobitcoin.org or just scan this QR code and it will get you to the link. And hopefully we'll see you in Africa in December in Ghana. Thank you.
In this room. This is fucking nuts. So, yeah. So for those that don't know me, my name is Jack. I'm just a normal Bitcoiner, man, I really am. And I founded this company called Strike. This is our logo. And yeah, God, you guys are too kind, man. You gotta let me announce shit. This is the company's mission. The mission is, if we can help make the Bitcoin network easily more accessible and usable, we think we're really going to change the world. And zooming down on that last sentence, we believe if we're successful in just helping, then Bitcoin, as the monetary network of the world, will be cheaper, be faster, more innovative, and more inclusive. We think the financial system will benefit from all these properties.
Oh my God, dude, I'm in the wrong place.
Not everyone I came across was a Bitcoin believer. Case in point, this guy.
Hey, it's Swift! Come on, man. We good? Just jack it $100. How much are your gas fees? How much? Yeah, we're good. Yeah, okay, exactly. And then the car number goes, yo, to the merchant bank. We good. Yo, 7,000 cost 300. Sending cash gets tricky. You guys bought certain commercial. What's up? Process and payments. And so then the merchant bank that calls the point of sale back and they're like, it's all good, man. Us boomers, we check Jack's account. He's got it. They say, cool. Boom. And they give you a receipt because I spent over 25 boomer bucks. I have to sign it like the fucking Declaration of Independence.
Is that the cost of inflation is a very highly regressive tax. The rich are able to protect themselves by buying hard assets which benefit from inflation.
Bitcoin is a great hedge against inflation.
It answers so many of the problems that so many political factions can't find a solution to.
Go tell somebody that Bitcoin's going to change the world and they should figure out more about it.
We know we're all going to die, and the only question really is, how are we going to live?
I've been an investor in cryptocurrencies for a little over a year, so I'm still a novice. I figured what better place to immerse myself in this culture and see what I can learn. NFTs, blockchains, gas fees. Let's go. Walking through the exhibit hall, everyone had a sales pitch on how their product could improve one's crypto life, from storage to investing. I listened to a lot of keynotes. The main thing I took away from all of this was,
You do not sell your Bitcoin.
We out here. Bitcoiners. I'm getting that knowledge. They strong with it. That's the man right there. No, hey. Oh, no, man. That's too much. That's too much. They might not know what it's. Well. Get your binoculars. Well, what?
World famous Muscle Beach, Miami. On November 2nd, the house of cards for FTX starts to fall. Alameda Research and FTX, both started by Sam, are outed as being involved in a scandal of misuse of customer funds. A large amount of Alameda's assets were held in FTT, the coin that was created by Sam and his friends, which he artificially attributed value to and then used it as collateral to finance his projects. In essence, he printed his own money.
$10 billion in customer funds were transferred to Alameda. Now, both the Wall Street Journal and Reuters are reporting that billions of dollars was being used on Alameda. So billions of dollars in FTX customer money is being traded on the Alameda, through their trading house. And so that's especially concerning. I mean, you can't take customer funds without their consent. And what's especially bad about it, Brian, is that it's a clear violation of FTX's own guidelines.
What do we know about the use of customer funds from here to over here? Because that is spectacularly illegal.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't happen on Wall Street. That is a clear violation of securities.
Oh, we're not in Wall Street. We're in the Bahamas, though.
We're in the Bahamas.
We were all wearing these sunglasses. University of California, Berkeley football stadium, in advertising partnership with the Golden State Warriors, along with Mercedes F1 team. The Miami Heat's arena signed a 19-year deal which is set to expire in 2040. All Major League Baseball umpires wear a patch with the FTX logo. FTX made massive sponsorship deals with sports leagues and star athletes. On December 13, 2022, Sam Bankman-Fried was arrested in the Bahamas. He was charged with fraud.
Ultimately, we need a currency that would basically unify us.